Hi, first grade. It was so nice to see so many of you on our video chat today. I think we're going to have to try to do one of those every single week because it made me so happy to see all your faces and hear all your voices. I know that not everyone was able to see all their friends this time, so we'll have to figure it out and make sure that you're ready so that next time you can see everybody. We are going to read Magic Treehouse. I think we're going to be able to finish it today. Last time that we left Jack and Annie, their submarine was not working anymore. They were swimming in the water. They were nervous that a shark was coming. And then they found these dolphin friends that are helping them come back to the shore on the coral reef where their treehouse is. So we were going to find out if they were going to make their way back home. Let's see what happens. Chapter 9 is called Ouch. The sun shone on the ocean. It sparkled like a diamond. Jack felt safe now. His dolphin was taking good care of him. The dolphin slowed down as they neared the reef. Jack lowered his feet. He felt the bumpy coral. He let go of the dolphin's fin and stood up in the water. Annie stood too. Then she threw her arms around her dolphin and gave her a big hug. "Thank you, Suki," she cried, and she kissed the dolphin's nose. Suki tossed her head back and clicked at Annie. "Kiss Sam now," Annie said to Jack. "You're nuts," said Jack, but Sam nuzzled Jack's neck. Nuzzle is like. Then he put his flippers around Jack's neck. Jack couldn't resist. He threw his arms around the dolphin and gave him a quick kiss. Sam nodded and made clicking sounds like laughter. Can you make some dolphin sounds? Then he turned to Suki. The two dolphins chattered to each other for a moment. They nodded at Jack and Annie and swam gracefully away. "Bye, Suki! Bye, Sam!" Annie shouted. "Thanks!" shouted Jack. The dolphins leapt high into the air. Then they dove back into the water with a splash. Jack and Annie laughed. "I wish we could swim like that," said Jack. Jack and Annie watched the dolphins until they disappeared. "I miss them already," said Annie softly. "Me too," said Jack. He sat down in the shallow water. "I'm really tired," he said. Annie sat beside him. "Me too." The warm water lapped around their shorts and t-shirts. Jack pulled off his backpack, took out his glasses, and put them on. They were blurry with water. "Guess what?" said Annie. "What?" said Jack. "I saw the shark when we were swimming, but I didn't tell you because I wanted you to stay calm." Jack stared at her. "I saw it too. I just swam faster so you would swim faster." "And I swam faster so you would swim faster," said Annie. "I guess we swam double fast then," said Jack. He shook his head. "What now?" said Annie. "We have to go home, but we haven't solved Morgan's riddle." Jack sighed. He pulled his notebook out of his backpack. It was soaked. If something's soaked, it's all totally wet. He pulled out the ocean book. That was soaked too. "We failed," he said. "My research is all wet. We'll never be master librarians now." Jack put everything away. "Let's go," he said sadly. He stood up and started to walk across the pink reef towards the treehouse. Annie followed him. "Ouch," said Annie. "What's wrong?" "I stepped on something." Annie bent down to rub her foot. "What? A shell?" "Yeah, this." She picked up a large gray shell. "Boy, is it rough. Rough and gray as a rock." "And plain as plain can be," said Jack. They had found the answer. The shell looked like a clamshell, only bigger with more ridges. Those are like the bumps on the shell. How could this ugly shell be the answer to our riddle, said Annie. What about the part that says there's great beauty in me? Wait, research, said Jack. He opened the soaking wet ocean book. The pages were stuck together, but he was able to turn a few. He found a picture of a gray shell and read, Divers search for oysters in deep water, but sometimes oysters wash up on reefs or beaches. Inside some oysters, you can find a pearl. The pearl's natural beauty makes it a treasure. It must have a pearl inside, said Jack. So here's the shell that Annie is looking at, and Jack is doing some research and learning about it. Annie peered into the crack between the two halves of the shell. I can't see anything, she said. How did a pearl get in there anyway? Jack read aloud from the wet pages. Sometimes a grain of sand will get between the oyster's shell and its skin. This irritates the oyster, so it makes a pearly material to surround the grain of sand. In this way, over a few years, a pearl is formed. I can't tell if there's a pearl in there or not, said Annie. Maybe we should bang it against a rock, said Jack. Now that would really irritate it, said Annie. Yeah, maybe we should just leave it alone. Annie gently put the oyster back in the water. But how will we know if oyster is the right answer to our riddle, said Jack. Morgan said we'll know, said Annie. Come on. Jack pushed his glasses into place. Then he and Annie picked up their shoes and socks. They climbed through the window of the treehouse. Morgan's scroll was lying on the floor, and it was open. Look, said Annie. She and Jack stared at the scroll. The riddle had faded away. In its place was one shimmering silver word. It said oyster. Morgan's magic, said Annie. Phew, said Jack. We got it right. And here's our Pennsylvania book. Let's go home. Annie opened the book and she pointed to a picture of the Frog Creek woods. I wish we could go there, she said. The wind started to blow. The treehouse started to spin. The wind blew harder and harder. The treehouse spun faster and faster, and then everything was still. Absolutely still. First grade, it looks like we have just one short chapter left, and it's called The True Pearl. So we will have to finish our book on Monday. There is no learning from home on Friday. We have off for a holiday, and then it will be the weekend, so I won't see you guys. Maybe I'll try to post a read-aloud story for you guys tomorrow, okay? Thank you for learning from home and sharing with me today. I was so happy that so many of you got to log on to our video chat. It was really nice to see you all. Goodbye, first grade. I miss you.